The Irish Language Art Song Project is a new collection of 50 art songs that have been commissioned from Irish and international composers, and all the songs are based exclusively on Irish language texts. I set about this project because it so happened that my husband, who's a pianist and who runs an art song program at a university in Canada, he came into the Irish Contemporary Music Centre library and he was looking for art song that had been composed by Irish composers. And he went through everything that was in the catalogue and found a lot of English language art song. And when he came home, he just happened to say to me, he said, "By the way, there are very few Irish language art songs in the library." And that was very shocking to me because I had been brought up speaking Irish in Cork, and I had no idea that there were so few art songs in the Irish language. There was no point in adding 5 or 10 songs, so I thought I would have to add 50. That seemed like a good chunky number to add. I asked 12 Irish composers to write 3 art songs each, and I asked 5 international composers from different countries to also write art songs in the Irish language. Some of the Irish composers found their own texts, and I asked Dr. Alan Titley to come on board with me. He was a professor at DCU for a long time, so he came on board with me and presented some of the composers with different varieties of texts to see what kind of text would stimulate their imagination. Composers in Germany speak German, or, you know, Melody in France. Obviously, French composers speak French, etc. But a lot of Irish composers don't speak Irish. And even though some of them might have done Irish in school, it's still a language that they don't have great fluency in, if at all. I realised that for composers to be able to compose comfortably in the Irish language, I would have to provide certain resources. So I drafted in somebody else, somebody called Ealaíne Gaeilge, who's an amazing Irish speaker. She took all the texts and first of all she created a word-for-word English translation of the poetry, because of course with composers they have to know what each word means. Having just a general English translation is not enough for them. And then the next thing we did was create spoken word recordings, because the composers of course would have to hear the stress of the words, where the stress comes in the sentence and all of that, so that they could have a really good exact feeling for each sentence. On this website you'll find 50 scores, and in the scores for singers there is an international phonetic alphabet pronunciation guide, which means that any singer in Ireland or across the world will be able to download the score and sing it. There are also song recordings of all the scores so that you can listen to all the songs, and there are also spoken word recordings so that you can just listen to the poetry, all of which should make it very easy for any singer anywhere to be able to sing an art song in the Irish language.